Now on CoastTV News.
Well, cold temperatures and frigid wind chills are greeting us outside the door this morning on this Friday morning. Plenty of sunshine, though, will be with us throughout the morning and afternoon, but it will be a pretty breezy day. But I'm tracking some big changes going into the weekend, some good changes as milder air builds into Delmarva. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get in the next week.
Makeshift meth lab found in Lewis will tell you where police say it's located and who is being accused. Asking for a pay bump, how much more Rehoboth Beach City officials are asking to earn for their annual salary. Milford Police statistics, the shocking information officials revealed about drug overdoses in the city.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us here for CoastTV News Today, and welcome to our 6 o'clock hour on this Friday morning. Chris has said many times it's a frigid Friday morning. I can't think of a better way to describe this weather, Chris, but hopefully this weekend is a little bit better and it's all uphill from here.
Yeah, we're trending in the right direction as we go into the weekend. It's been a cold week, snowy, depending upon where you've been on Delmarva. But right now we're holding in the lower 20s throughout much of the area. We're at 23 Delmar, 23 in Salisbury, 24 Milton, and 24 in Bethany Beach. But the story really throughout the morning and day is really going to be these wind chills, because the winds right now are gusting upwards of 24 miles an hour in Indian River Inlet. We're at 15 mile an hour in Bethany Beach, 17 in Georgetown, and that's creating those wind chills. Feels like 13 in Salisbury to the skin, 15 in Georgetown, 16 Bethany Beach, and 13 in Ocean City. So for the areas that saw snow, primarily southern Delmarva, use some caution this morning. Going to be seeing some slick spots. Anything that melted yesterday is ice right now, and allow for that engine to warm up in the car. And yes, crank those heat warmers up if you have those warming seats in your car. The high pressure, though, is building into the east, and we're going to see primarily dry conditions, plenty of sunshine. You can see the bright blue skies there. Frigid start. Biting wind chills today as we welcome back sunshine. A pleasant, dry weekend. We start chilly, and it rather seasonable, and then that mild air really builds in as we go into Monday, Tuesday of next week. We're going to be talking 50s and 60s, believe it or not. But today, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, feeling like, though, 25 by around 1 in the afternoon and 26 by around 3. It's going to be another cold night before we see some changes later on in the weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up in the full 7-day a little bit later on.
Thank you so much, Chris. One man is facing charges after Georgetown Police say a credit card skimmer was found at El Mercado on Layton Avenue. These skimming devices steal banking information when people swipe their cards. Police say anyone who shopped there since last Saturday should review their bank accounts. And the Georgetown Police are giving more advice on how to protect yourself from these thefts. According to the department, it's good practice to cover your hand whenever you are typing in your PIN number. They say you should also pull on the credit card slot and wiggle the keypad to ensure it's genuine. The agency says sometimes cameras can be placed inside of false PIN pad covers. And if you find a skimming device, to notify the business and the police. And one man is being accused of running a meth lab in Lewis. On your screen now is where police say this makeshift lab is located. Police say that they found ingredients and tools for making meth, along with drugs, gun, ammo, and other substances during a search at a home on Beebe Avenue. Zachary Olin, 42, was arrested and now faces several charges. And Delaware legislators are considering creating constitutional guarantees that protect your reproductive rights. If passed, a new bill would ensure individuals' rights to make decisions about pregnancy-related matters and limit state interference. The hearing on this bill will be held at Legislative Hall in March. Happening today, Rehoboth Beach commissioners will discuss raising the salaries for those on the Rehoboth Beach City Council. This would raise the annual money made for the mayor, secretary, and commissioners. The proposal would have the mayor jumping from $1,000 to $20,000, commissioners from $600 to $10,000 a year, and Rehoboth has recently released their plans for their new budget. When CoastTV spoke with Commissioner Good, she told us what they are making now does not reflect all the work they are actually doing.
At the current pay rate, there isn't enough incentive for those on the board to put in the time and tackle the problems as effectively as they could, because they're just, money, unfortunately, for better or worse, does incentivize people.
This item will be on the agenda today for the city's special budget workshop meeting. And now here's what other towns and cities along Delmarva pay their mayor and city council. Lewis offers higher pay. The mayor makes $4,000 and council members $3,000. Over in Dewey Beach and Bethany Beach, they are volunteers. And in Georgetown, the mayor makes $1,000, council makes $500. Also happening today, officials in one Delaware beach town might be cracking down on parking violations. The Dewey Beach Town Council is considering an ordinance that would raise fines for parking offenses. Violations currently sanctioned at $45 would increase to $60. $65 violations would increase to $80, and additional late fees would also be raised by $15. Dewey Beach Town Manager Bill Zolper says it's an effort to keep visitors honest.
What we're finding is to park in Dewey is $30. Folks are taking the chance on the extra $15 and not just buying a parking permit at all.
Dewey Beach Town Council plans to discuss and vote on that ordinance at their meeting today at 3 p.m. We are learning more about the Milford Police Department. The chief recently noted that the Milford Police Department is currently authorized to have 37 officers, but is one short. She also mentioned that Milford has the third highest rate of drug overdoses in Delaware. Additionally, Chief Ash says the department is using technology to map where every crime occurs in the city to improve transparency. And applications are now open for the Community Reinvestment Fund. It's a grant program that helps support community projects across Delaware. If you're a local government or nonprofit, you could apply for funding to strengthen your community. Last year, the grants helped fund multiple projects, including sidewalk upgrades in Bridgeville. Applications will close on May 1st. We are now taking a live look at our nation's capital, and this morning, President Trump's self-proclaimed Department of Government Efficiency is apparently expanding its reach. Sources telling NBC News starting later today, thousands of jobs will be eliminated at the Department of Defense. We also now know the cuts across more than a dozen departments and government agencies are occurring outside of the Beltway as well. NBC's Jay Gray shows us what could be next as Trump continues to make changes.
The end of the week comes with the potential for more pink slips for tens of thousands of federal employees. The target of the latest round of cuts, the Department of Defense. Sources telling NBC News as many as 55,000 probationary employees, all civilians, could lose their jobs and that the firings could begin later today.
I just agreed immediately.
Speaking to Republican governors, President Trump suggests the Department of Education could be next on the chopping block.
And we haven't even done that. So we could find as much as $1.5 trillion worth of waste, fraud, and abuse. If we do that, we can balance budgets.
During the process of examining at least 18 government departments and agencies, neither the so-called Department of Government Efficiency nor the White House has provided any evidence of fraud or abuse, which would be federal crimes. Cuts have already started at the IRS. Democrats on Capitol Hill and employees warning they could have a catastrophic impact on the filing season.
The work's going to get backed up, and so private citizens are going to be like, the IRS is not doing their job. And it's because we're getting hollowed out.
Still, the president is promising to expand the reach of DOGE.
Now is the time for us all to press forward, think big, be bold.
An initiative that includes issuing more than 73 executive orders during his first month back in the Oval Office. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
We have a lot more news to get to in this hour of Coast TV News today. Coming up, keeping the homeless comfortable. We'll tell you how one woman is helping the homeless in an unusual way, making mats out of plastic bags. And conditions fallout along the coast will show you how our coastal communities are recovering after the third snowstorm of the season. And HAP extends existing promotion. We'll tell you why they say you can keep expecting their Valentine's Day special until the end of the month. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Recent storms have caused roof, siding, and gutter damage in our area. All Exteriors can be out to your home as soon as tomorrow, and they work directly with your insurance. Call All Exteriors now
or visit allexteriorsmd.com. Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra-powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckvac.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckvac.com now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Recent storms have caused roof, siding, and gutter damage in our area. All Exteriors can be out to your home as soon as tomorrow, and they work directly with your insurance. Call All Exteriors now or visit allexteriorsmd.com.
A pleasant good Friday morning, Delmarva, as we take a look into Cambridge. Beautiful shot there. Sunrise at 6:44, and it is a cold one out there. 25 in Cambridge. Winds out of the northwest, 17 miles an hour, making it feel like the teens. As we take a look at the current snowpack, nearly 57.1% of the country covered in snow. And you could see that 6 to 12-inch snowpack, southern Delmarva into Virginia Beach, northern and eastern portions of Virginia. We really haven't seen the full-blown nor'easters this year. Most of these storms have tracked to the south. We've got a bit of a snow hole from Philly, Jersey, up through New York City and Boston. As far as the wind chills are concerned, feels like 17 in Rehoboth, 14 Ocean Pines, 13 in Salisbury. Cold, blustery Friday under mostly sunny skies, and we'll gradually see a warming trend through the weekend. Seasonable temperatures by Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds. Overall, a gorgeous weekend ahead for Delmarva. We'll talk more about that as well as that warm up into early next week, coming up in the full 7-day later on the newscast.
Sounds good, Chris. And because of the snowfall, Ocean Pines Trash Service will collect trash and recycling today. That is on both sides of Ocean Pines. Extra trucks will help finish those routes, and recycling will be picked up Saturday on the south side. And the endangered right whale has once again been spotted off of Ocean City's coast, which means boaters are asked to slow down. The slow zone will be in effect until March 5th. And on top of this, 6 additional slow zones are also in effect. Boaters are reminded to go 10 knots or less and avoid certain areas where right whales have been spotted. And the Humane Animal Partners received so much love from donors, they decided to extend their Valentine's Day special through the end of February. For $5, you can send a Valentine to one of their 250 plus shelter pets with a personalized message and a sweet treat. Amazon MGM Studios is set to take creative control of the James Bond franchise. Amazon acquired rights to distribute all 27 of the movies when it bought MGM for $8.25 billion in 2022. MGM's 007 movies are the studio's most lucrative intellectual property. Major League Baseball is ending its long-standing broadcast relationship with ESPN. The split between the baseball and the network will end a 40-year partnership. Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred said that the MLB was not open to the network's request for a reduction in rights fees. And still ahead, conditions fallout along the coast will tell you how some locals in Ocean City are feeling after getting the brunt of the storm across Delmarva.
And we'll see wall-to-wall sunshine throughout the day today, so that is certainly good news. But the bad news is we're going to be dealing with winds gusting 30, 35 miles an hour. So despite it feeling like, well, with air temperatures upper 30s, it's going to feel more like the 20s. We'll talk about how long this frigid air is going to stick around when CoastTV News Today continues.
Coast TV weather can be heard on Coast Country.
Flash sale this Saturday and Sunday only at Ashley. For the next 48 hours only, every other item is 48% off. Plus, take advantage of 48 months interest-free financing and get $48 delivery. Only at Ashley, located in tax-free Delmar and Millsboro, Delaware.
Transform your home with Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. Collectively, with over 40 years experience, our expert team has been designing porch enclosures, sunrooms, and awnings that bring comfort and style to your home.
Whether you're looking for protection from the sun or extra living space, we're here to help. Call now to schedule a no-obligation design. We're offering a free electric recessed fireplace with your sunroom purchase, or get a free upgrade to a motorized awning with an awning purchase. Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. We show up.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem-solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Fall in love with safety and reliability at Gateway Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Flash sale this Saturday and Sunday only at Ashley. For the next 48 hours only, every other item is 48% off. Plus, take advantage of 48 months interest-free financing and get $48 delivery. Only at Ashley, located in tax-free Delmar and Millsboro, Delaware.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
The time is now 6:16 and we are taking a live look outside at Lewis this morning. And Chris, if you're in Lewis today by the water, wear extra layers. You said the sun is going to be out, so that is a very good step.
Oh, yeah. Good steps in the right direction.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you're going to be out there today, you're going to want to bundle up. But it's going to be a pretty nice day as far as sunshine is concerned, but cold. We've had this this big Arctic air mass centered across the country. You can see temperature of -2 right now in Topeka. That is an air temperature. That is not a wind chill. And you can see 60 degrees Miami, 42 Tampa. That's pretty cold for those guys down there. 24 Rehoboth Beach. We're at 23 Salisbury. 25 in Seaford. Now winds right now gusting upwards of 20, 25 miles an hour at 20. Bethany Beach, we're at 20 in Seaford, and that is creating those biting wind chills. It feels like 14 Seaford, 13 Salisbury, and 15 in Bethany Beach. Now, because of that wind, we had the gale warnings up through 6 across the Delaware coast, running through about 10 a.m. through our south. We also have cold weather advisories, and this is a freezing spray advisory there. You see in the blue, typically you get that when you get these high wind events. You get some freezing mist along the coastal areas, but pretty quiet throughout much of the east, all thanks to high pressure. Some lake effect snow there, but we're pretty quiet here across Delmarva. Temperatures rising upper 30s, but feeling more like 25 by around 2, 26 by around 4. There you see those northwest winds gusting upwards of 35, 40 throughout the day today. Shifting more out of the west-southwest as we get in the weekend, that is going to allow for that warming trend. Feeling like the 20s today, one last cold morning tomorrow, feeling like the teens, and then we'll start to improve as we head into Sunday. Futurecast shows the northwest winds today, clear skies, pretty clear, cold night. A few clouds roll in tomorrow as we get that kind of that warm air advection in play. And then by Sunday, we're approaching the mid to upper 40s. Along the coast, Chicotee, Gasatogue will be up to 50 on Monday. That's when the warm air really kicks in. 46 Fenwick Island on Sunday, 43 Ocean City. Lewis, 46 on Sunday. We're at 46 in Rehoboth Beach. We're pretty dry over the next 5 days. It's not really until Wednesday, Thursday of next week we begin to see precipitation chances roll back in the form of rain as this area of low pressure pushes to our west. We're going to be on the warmer side of this system, and we're looking at pretty dry conditions until then. 37 today, a cold, breezy day, falling to 19 overnight under clear skies. Not as windy. We're at 41 tomorrow, so a chilly start to the weekend, but we begin to moderate as we go into Sunday. Bonnie Chasanoff, Milford, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. 48 on Sunday, average high is 49, 54 on Sunday, and then there's that 61 on Tuesday under partly cloudy skies, and then we see some rain chances roll in late Wednesday through Thursday.
Thank you, Chris. And the southern part of Delmarva got the brunt of the snow this time around. People in Fenwick Island were experiencing the burdens and the beauty that came with it. We spoke with one business owner who spent his time shoveling the snow despite the freezing temperatures.
Shoveling the snow. Looks like not everywhere got a lot of snow today, and some places got more, so want to open up for business today for those who want to get out and do some shopping.
There were even icicles forming on buildings, as you can see right here on your screen. Further south, Ocean City got even more snow. After plows drove by, the main roads were clear, but still be on lookout if you plan to walk on the sidewalks or drive on any back roads in the town. And people say they're over this weather.
It was the most snow I've ever seen here, yeah.
Liked it as a kid, hate it now.
As a reminder for all weather-related coverage, rain or shine, be sure to listen to our radio stations and download our CoastTV First Alert weather app. And after the break on CoastTV News today, keeping the homeless comfortable. We'll tell you what one woman says is her motivation to keep making mats for the homeless.
You really have to make the most of it. Stay tuned for your cool things to do.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Did you know enjoying social activities can slow down age-related issues? The key benefits are stimulation of the mind, improvement in motor skills, building interpersonal relationships, increasing confidence and independence. Home Well Care Services LEAP program provides interactive activities that clients can enjoy twice a month at our Georgetown and Smyrna locations. Incorporating LEAP in your loved one's routine can create a sense of fulfillment and motivation. To learn more information about Home Well Care Services, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
For 150 years, Ocean City, Maryland has been somewhere to smile about. From our beautiful beaches to our iconic boardwalk, we've been creating memories that last a lifetime, whether you're chasing the perfect wave, a hole-in-one, or a sunset stroll. Celebrate our 150th anniversary with 150 days of celebrations, special events, and deals all year long. Book now and save in 2025 at ococean.com/150. Ocean City, Maryland, somewhere to smile about.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Taking plastic bags and turning them into sleeping bags for the homeless. That's the mission of one organization called Volunteer Delaware 50+. They start by cutting the bags into loops and then crocheting them into full sleeping bags. Linda Mason volunteers with the organization and says she's proud of their work, but the work is still far from being over.
I thought, well, I crochet, I can do that. So that's how it got started in 2019. And since then, there's been well over 400 mats made. And we're looking for volunteers all the time because unfortunately and sadly, the number of homeless isn't getting less.
Mason says almost 600 single-use plastic bags make one mat, and the feedback she's received from the homeless is why she keeps going. And new this morning, if you were worried about the food distribution in Georgetown that was canceled due to the weather, we have good news for you. The Food Bank of Delaware is hosting a mobile food pantry at Greenwood United Methodist Church. That event will take place Tuesday, February 25th, and you can pick up groceries from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And Chris, it's Friday after work today. You gonna go to the beach? Have a beach day? No.
I would like to.
I know you kind of like the cold, though. You said you like a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I do. I do like the snow. We yet to see a good nor'easter this year yet. As we take a look live into Lewis, see the freighter ships out there in the distance. A cold one out there. 24 right now in Lewis. We see those winds out of the north at about 8 miles an hour, but we're seeing gusts as high today, 25, 35 miles an hour. So a blustery day. Ocean City, Fenwick Island topping out in the mid to upper 30s, feeling more like the 20s. We'll see a high of around mid to upper 30s in Lewis and Rehoboth Beach with those winds gusting upwards of 40 miles an hour. Same deal on the bay. We're at 31 in Cambridge at noon, 34 in Crisfield under mostly sunny skies. You can get your forecast anytime by dialing the First Alert Weather phone. We'll have a look at that 7-day forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. Well, don't settle for cozy blankets when you could be checking out some amazing events this weekend. From films to food, music to culture, Christina DeRobertis has your cool things to do.
This cold weather, it can really make you want to just stay inside and not do anything at all. I know, but there's so many cool things happening this weekend, and to top off the list, the annual Rehoboth Beach Black American Film Fest. All weekend at the Cinema Art Theater, award-winning films and documentaries that highlight the impact of African Americans on history and culture. There's also the Better Living Expo at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury. That's on Saturday and Sunday. You can find ways to enhance your home, your garden, and your life. In Dover, there's the Chocolate Expo also on both weekend days. It's at Bally's Dover Casino, and some original cast members of Willy Wonka will be there. And on Saturday, the Southern Delaware Chorale will host a special concert titled A Chorale Tapestry, celebrating Black History Month. You can find all the details and information on CoastTV.com when you click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Just one final touch, and then I'm ready.
Hey, what are you doing?
What do you think, you're the only one excited for the Better Living Expo at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center?
February 22nd and 23rd. There will be experts on hand to answer questions about remodeling, landscaping, pet training, and more. Plus, arts and crafts and live animals for the kids.
Get in line, Mike.
Join us for the Better Living Expo at the Wicomico Civic Center, February 22nd and 23rd.
For greatness.
Get more with DSN Plus. Subscribe today.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
Now on Coast TV News.
Well, we're being greeted by some unpleasant wind chills this morning. Stepping outside the door, it feels like 14 Ocean City, 13 Salisbury. I'll let you know how long these bitter wind chills are going to stick around and when we see the return of some 50 and 60 degree temperatures in that extended forecast.
Credit card skimmer found in Georgetown will tell you where police say that device was found. Protecting reproductive rights in the first state, details about a new bill that aims to ensure individuals' rights to make decisions about pregnancy-related matters. Efforts to get better pay, Rehoboth Beach will discuss a salary boost for city staff. We'll tell you who's behind the proposal and what locals think.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Elisa Weber and welcome to Coast TV News Today. The time is now 6:30 on this Friday morning and First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono is going to join us. Now, Chris, if people are headed out for work today, they need to wear their layers this morning. It is cold.
Oh, without question. Yeah, we're seeing those bitter wind chills in the teens right now. Temperature-wise, though, we're at 24 in Rehoboth, 25 Milton, 25 in Ocean City. Pretty uniform as far as the temperatures are concerned, but it's these winds that we're seeing. 28-mile-an-hour gust Indian River Inlet, seeing a 17-mile-an-hour gust in Bethany Beach and 17 in Seaford. And these winds are going to be picking up through the morning and into the afternoon, creating those bitter, uncomfortable wind chills. Feels like 15 Bethany Beach, 14 Ocean City, and 13 in Salisbury. So allow for some extra time to maybe warm that car up this morning. And we're going to be seeing some icy spots, at least for the southern portion of Delmarva, all thanks to that snow we had the other day. And yes, crank up that heat. You're going to need it. Pretty quiet, though, throughout much of the eastern half of the country. Some lake effect snow and some snow showers across the Appalachians, but high pressure is pushing eastward, allowing for sunshine and dry weather to persist through the weekend. In fact, we're going to begin that warming trend, especially as we get into Sunday. We're going to be seeing some seasonable temperatures, and then eventually by next week, we're going to be pushing the 50s and 60s. So plenty of sunshine through the morning. Temperatures getting up into the mid to upper 30s, but feeling more like the 20s throughout the afternoon. We'll talk more about that weekend forecast here in a little bit.
Thank you so much, Chris. One man is facing charges after Georgetown police say a credit card skimmer was found at El Mercado on Layton Avenue. These skimming devices steal banking information when people swipe their cards. Police say anyone who shopped there since last Saturday should review their bank accounts. And next, the Georgetown Police Department is sharing ways you can stay safe from this type of theft. According to the department, it's good practice to cover your hand whenever typing in your PIN number. They say you should also pull on the credit card slot and wiggle the keypad to ensure it's genuine. The agency says sometimes cameras can be placed inside false PIN pad covers, and if you find a skimming device, to notify the business and police. A man is being accused of running a meth lab in Lewis. On your screen now is where police say this makeshift lab is located, and police say they found ingredients and tools for making meth, along with drugs, a gun, ammo, and other unknown substances during a search at a home on Beebe Avenue. Zachary Olin, 42, was arrested and now faces several charges. And Delaware legislators are considering creating constitutional guarantees that protect reproductive rights. If passed, a new bill would ensure individuals' rights to make decisions about pregnancy-related matters and limit state interference. The hearing on this bill will be held at Legislative Hall in March. And happening today, Rehoboth Beach commissioners will discuss raising the salaries for those on Rehoboth Beach's City Council. The idea is coming from a rather new Rehoboth Beach commissioner, Suzanne Good. She was sworn in this past September. Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us how not everyone is on board with the idea.
Bigger pay to match a big workload. That's what Rehoboth Beach Commissioner Suzanne Good claims Rehoboth Beach commissioners deserve.
The salary has remained the same since the 1990s, so that's 3 decades.
Good thinks more money would mean more motivation to get work done.
At the current pay rate, there isn't enough incentive for those on the board to put in the time and tackle the problems as effectively as they could.
And says the current salary just isn't cutting it.
It ends up being less than minimum wage for the hours we're putting in at the meetings, in preparation for the meetings.
In Good's proposal, the mayor's salary would go up from $1,000 per year up to $20,000 a year. For the commissioners, their current $600 salary would boost all the way up to $10,000. Farrah Barrow, however, works and lives in Rehoboth Beach and says there should be no salary increase for public service jobs.
When somebody chooses to be the mayor or commissioner, it's basically they love the town and they want to care for the town. So the money isn't part of the reason why they choose to be commissioner or mayor.
Some other people that we spoke with in Rehoboth told us that their biggest concern is that the city is spending way too much money and that with doing that, there's not going to be enough to pay the mayor or even the commissioners for that matter. The City Council is expected to discuss these possible pay increases in a meeting Friday morning at 9 a.m. For Coast TV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
Now here's what other towns and cities along Delmarva pay their mayor and council. Lewis offers higher pay. The mayor makes $4,000 and council members $3,000. Over in Dewey Beach and Bethany Beach, they are volunteers. And in Georgetown, the mayor makes $1,000, council makes $500. This is now going to bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, would higher pay improve leadership? So far, 61% of voters say worse, more politics. 27% say no, same leaders. 11% yes, better candidates. And 1% maybe a little. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. And applications are now open for the Community Reinvestment Fund. It's a grant program that helps support community projects across Delaware. If you're a local government or a nonprofit, you could apply for funding to strengthen your community. Last year, the grants helped fund multiple projects, including sidewalk upgrades in Bridgeville. Applications will close on May 1st. We are learning more about the Milford Police Department. The chief recently noted that Milford Police is currently authorized to have 37 officers, but is one short. She also mentioned that Milford has the third highest rate of drug overdoses in Delaware. Additionally, Chief Ash says the department is using technology to map where every crime occurs in the city to improve transparency. We are now taking a live look at our nation's capital, and this morning, President Trump's self-proclaimed Department of Government Efficiency is apparently expanding its reach. Sources telling NBC News starting later today, thousands of jobs will be eliminated at the Department of Defense. We also now know the cuts across more than a dozen departments and government agencies are occurring outside of the Beltway as well. During the process of examining at least 18 government departments and agencies, neither the so-called Department of Government Efficiency nor the White House has provided any evidence of fraud or abuse, which would be federal crimes. Cuts have already started at the IRS.
The work's going to get backed up, and so private citizens are going to be like, the IRS is not doing their job. And it's because we're getting hollowed out.
Still, the president is promising the expanded reach of DOGE, an initiative that includes issuing more than 73 executive orders during his first month back in Oval Office. We have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, Salisbury bird safety efforts. We'll tell you how the zoo is keeping its animals and staff safe as the disease wreaks havoc across the country. The USA hopes for hockey rematch victory. The USA and Canada played in a classic in Boston. In history marked in Maryland, we'll tell you how relatives of Frederick Douglass hope the new sign will bring. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
There's only one place to go for your next vehicle. IG Burton Chevrolet of Milford. Trusted since 1908 for our expert team, massive selection, and our unbeatable prices. Together, let's drive new 2024 Silverados up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or get 0.9% financing on select new 2024 EV models. Visit us today. And remember,
nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Nobody beats an IG Burton deal.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Gamey Elliott in Salisbury today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I've built a community, I've built a home here, and it's not pack up boxes every 3 years. It's a space that I'm invested in, my husband's invested in, and it really makes it just feel special. The stories that we cover every day, we also live every single day. So the stories that we tell are the ones that also impact us. We speak with people at the grocery store, our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends. We're all in this together.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Well, folks to our south saw quite a helping of snow the other day. Southern Delmarva into Virginia Beach, Norfolk, 6 to 12 inches. Pretty sizable snowstorm for those parts of the country. We've yet to see the nor'easter. I know a lot of people up in Jersey, Philly, New York crying that they've missed out on a lot of snow this year. Most of the snow that we've seen has tracked to the south across Delmarva. Now you can see snowfall as well as rain chances over the next 5 days. Pretty low, so that is good news. Now, wind chills right now are in the teens. Feels like 15. Bethany Beach, 13 in Salisbury. You see the bright sky there, some snow on the ground. Frigid start, plenty of sunshine, a breezy day ahead, but brighter, sunny, and we are going to see some milder times ahead as a seasonable weekend is ahead of us. And then we're looking at those really warm temperatures building in by the start of next week. We'll talk more about that in the 7-day forecast in minutes.
Thank you, Chris. We move to celebrating Black History Month on the coast. The Rehoboth Beach Black American Film Festival is back for its 5th year, running February 21st through the 23rd at the Cinema Arts Theater in Lewis. The festival will showcase award-winning films, and receptions are going to start today at 6 p.m. And a new tribute to a famous abolitionist, Frederick Douglass, on Delmarva. In partnership with the Maryland Department of Transportation and the Maryland Historical Trust, a roadside marker was unveiled in Talbot County. The sign was planted at the intersection of Tanner's Corners Road and Lewistown Road in Cordover. Descendants of Douglass say growing up, it was rare to see black leaders recognized for their efforts.
On the roads, at that time, you'd never see anything like this recognizing Frederick Douglass, or very few of the black leaders, from slavery time during on these roads at all. Especially from us at the Bailey family, we really appreciate it because again, we didn't have this.
Relatives of Frederick Douglass hope the sign will bring more knowledge about Douglass's legacy to drivers.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, it's a repeat of the 2010 Olympics for the Americans in hockey. Canada takes the Four Nations Cup title in overtime. In the inaugural NHL All-Star Series, where the league's best play for their home countries, Connor McDavid scored the game winner as Canada topped the Americans 3-2, just as Sidney Crosby did 15 years ago. Jake Sanderson and Brady Tkachuk scored for the Americans in the loss. Team USA beat Canada back on February 15th up in Canada, but the neighbors to the north captured the one that counts. As for us here at DSN, we'll have Decatur and Parkside tonight at 6 o'clock in girls basketball. It's our first live game since Tuesday because of the weather. The Lady Rams play for a spot in the Bayside title game, while Decatur looks to even up the season series on the road. If Parkside wins tonight and Y-High wins as well, both teams will flip a coin to see who goes to the Bayside Championship. Speaking of conference title games, we will have the Henlopen Championship games this Saturday. The Smyrna girls play in their first Henlopen title since 2014, while Seaford wins the Henlopen South for the first time since 2013. On the boys' side, this is a familiar matchup. It is Seaford against Dover for the third time in 5 years. Those games begin with the ladies' action at 1 p.m. tomorrow, and then the boys' game at 4. I do for sports.
Coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 6 p.m. As Tim Noland just mentioned, Stephen Decatur will take on Parkside in girls basketball. Then for a recap of all that action, it's the final score at 10:30. And on the DSN Plus app, along with that game of the night we just mentioned at 5 p.m., you can watch as teams take it to the wrestling match in the Henlopen Conference Championship. Also at 5 p.m., Lycomico faces James and Bennett in girls basketball. And at 6 p.m., Snow Hill takes on Pocomoke in boys basketball. Movie and music news now. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Every time you make a movie, you always try and make the best movie you can.
James Bond will not be Sergeant Rock. According to Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter, Daniel Craig has left Sergeant Rock, DC's World War II superhero movie. The film would have reunited Craig with Luca Guadagnino, his director on last year's Queer. New music from Jordan Smith. The season 9 winner of The Voice is back with The People's Hymnal. It's an album of gospel standards reimagined with a contemporary touch. The People's Hymnal is available today on all digital streaming platforms.
When I was a boy, I prayed to God to be a grown-up.
Your favorite stars over 50 and a few under shown at this year's Movies for Grown-Ups Awards with AARP, the magazine. The ceremony, recorded in Beverly Hills this month after it was postponed due to the LA wildfires, premieres Saturday on PBS. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Taking a live look into Lewis, 24 degrees, a breezy, windy afternoon as we see temperatures rising into the 30s eventually. Feeling, though, like the teens and 20s. I do have some good news heading into the weekend and early next week. I'll bring that news to you when CoastTV News Today continues.
Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on Big 107.7.
Come home to Crawl Street Tavern, where everyone's a local. Home to the Crawl Daddy Light Craft Beer. Start your day off right with breakfast classics. Indulge in your favorite pub grub. Amazing wings and killer crab cakes. Live music every weekend. Located on Waikomico Street. Just steps away from the Ocean City Boardwalk.
Welcome to the Brush Factory. Explore our over 60 local merchants and artists all together under one roof. You just never know what you'll find at the Brush Factory on Kings.
As always, we'd like to thank you for supporting our family of local merchants.
We could not do it without you.
Victory isn't just the finish line, it's the fire that drives us. Seizing opportunities, rising to challenges, and never backing down. At the Delmarva Sports Network, we celebrate the wins, big and small. We honor the hustle, the heart, and the heroes. Because DSN is where local teams become legends. It's where champions shine, and every victory inspires the next. Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
The weather is brought to you by Royal Plus. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make.
It starts small, just a drip. But when tragedy strikes, it doesn't wait for you to be ready. Whether it's a natural disaster or an everyday life mishap. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make: Royal Plus Disaster Cleanup. Visit us at royalplus.com to learn more.
The time is now 6:48 and we are taking a live look outside at Laurel this morning. Chris, I think we're all hoping to see that sunset. There we go. That is beautiful. It's almost like too bright for our camera, but hopefully the sun adds a little bit of warmth today. I know we're slowly getting out of these freezing temperatures.
Yeah, slowly making our way out is a good way to put it. We have been in a cold stretch of weather here across much of the lower 48 as Arctic air has had its grip on much of the country. You have to go down to southern Florida and into the Caribbean to really escape the Arctic air. We're at 24 Bethany Beach, 25 Ocean City, 24 Georgetown, 24 in Delmarva. So the winds are going to be an issue today. Going to be gusting 25, 35, even close to 40 at times, especially the further north you go, where it's going to make wind chills feeling like the teens and 20s throughout the day. It feels like 13 Salisbury, 15 in Georgetown, and 14 in Ocean City. And due in part to those winds, we have gale warnings up for the Delaware coast through 6 tonight. Further to the south, Ocean City down through Chickateague, those run through about 10 a.m. We also have cold weather advisory for Accomack County for wind chills as low as the single digits. High pressure pushing eastward, and that is keeping us nice and dry and clear, free of any precipitation, and that's the way it's going to be today. Temperatures rising into the mid to upper 30s, but those wind chills only doing no better than the mid to upper 20s throughout the afternoon. There's the winds gusting out of the northwest, about 35, 40 miles an hour. Tomorrow we'll see them shift more out of the west and then eventually the southwest as we go into Saturday night. Wind chills 20s today, one more cold morning tomorrow in the teens, and then we'll see those wind chills kind of relax as we go in the second half of the weekend. Futurecast shows the clear skies today. A few clouds rolling in tomorrow, but overall a pretty nice, pleasant Saturday as those southwest winds kick in. A mix of sun and clouds into Sunday with highs in the mid to upper 40s. So there's your weekend planner. Mostly sunny skies. We'll see a few clouds later on in the day, partly cloudy into Sunday with seasonable temperatures. The other good news is no signs of any winter storms. We're going to stay pretty dry here over the course of the next 5 days. Not really until next Thursday. We see a system push to our west. We're going to be on the warmer side of this system. So when we do see precipitation, it's going to be in the form of rain, and we're going to dry things out by the end of the week. 37 today, a cold, breezy day. A cold night. Once again, we're down to 19. Not as windy. Chilly start to the weekend under a mix of sun and clouds. Bonnie, Chasanoff, Milford, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. And there's your 7-day forecast, 48 on Sunday, and a nice warming trend into next week. We're up to 61 on Tuesday with increasing clouds Wednesday into Thursday and a chance of rain.
Thank you so much, Chris. As the bird flu continues to spread, the Salisbury Zoo is taking steps to keep its animals safe. It's installing mesh netting over some exhibits, requiring staff to wear personal protective equipment and doing regular testing of some high-risk animals. But some animals, like the ostrich, for example, have to remain outside and uncovered since they need more space.
We're attempting to do mesh if it's feasible, so some of our exhibits they don't have coverage, such as the flamingos and the rheas, so we have to do a little bit different for them.
And to be clear, the Salisbury Zoo says it has no cases of the bird flu. And the time is now 6:51, so we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day. And today's coastal pet of the day is coming to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. On your screen right now is Lovely. Lovely is a pretty tuxedoed gal with a relaxed, easygoing manner. She loves hanging out in her comfy bed, but is also happy to engage with you. And if you want to adopt any pets like Lovely or anyone else, you can visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA. And of course, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen, scan that QR code, and submit your furry friend to CoastTV News. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
I know a lot of us are tired of the bitter cold and these wind chills. Well, we're 27 days away from the first day of spring as we march our way along into the spring holiday season. We'll talk more about the warming trend here in the 10-day forecast when CoastTV News Today comes right back.
Recent storms have caused roof, siding, and gutter damage in our area. All Exteriors can be out to your home as soon as tomorrow, and they work directly with your insurance. Call All Exteriors now or visit allexteriorsmd.com.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
You already know Robinson's family of businesses as coin experts. They also specialize in natural and now lab diamonds. Robinson's has the largest selection and the largest jewelry showroom on Delmarva with 8 jewelers on staff.
Did you know that lab diamonds are the same as natural diamonds, just lacking nitrogen from the earth? Lab-created diamonds have the same carat weight and grade and density as natural diamonds, but at only 1/3 of the cost.
With decades of serving our community, we're glad to be your trusted family business. Robinson's family of businesses, where Delmarva gets engaged.
Hi, I'm Chris Adams from Mattress Peddlers, your local family-owned Serta mattress store. Are you out of room on your bed? If it's not fit for you and your life, the size of your mattress could be the source of your poor night's sleep. There's even a California King for you basketball players out there. Buying a new mattress is quick and easy, so stop in today and sleep on a better bed tonight.
Mattress Peddlers.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Recent storms have caused roof, siding, and gutter damage in our area. All Exteriors can be out to your home as soon as tomorrow, and they work directly with your insurance. Call All Exteriors now
or visit allexteriorsmd.com.
It is 6:55, and here are the things you need to know before you go. A man is being accused of running a meth lab in Lewis. On your screen now is where police say this makeshift lab is located. Police say they found ingredients and tools for making meth, along with drugs, a gun, ammo, and other unknown substances during a search at a home on Beebe Avenue. Zachary Olin, 42, was arrested and now faces several charges. We are learning more about the Milford Police Department. The chief recently noted that the Milford Department is currently authorized to have 37 officers, but is one short. She also mentioned that Milford has the third highest rate of drug overdoses in Delaware. Additionally, Chief Ash says the department is using technology to map where every crime occurs in the city to improve transparency. And Humane Animal Partners received so much love from donors, they decided to extend their Valentine's Day special through the end of February. For $5, you can send a Valentine to one of their 250-plus shelter pets with a personalized message and a sweet treat. And Time magazine has released its 2025 Woman of the Year list. It pays tribute to 13 women who Time says identified problems, vowed to be a part of the solution, and worked towards creating a better, more equitable world. The publication will release the edition of the 3 different covers. Actresses Nicole Kidman will appear on one of the covers, and another featured gymnast Jordan Childs, and the third feature for WNBA star Aja Wilson. And the time is now 6:56, and we're going to check in with our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono, who's going to tell you it is going to be cold today, but it gets better from here, hopefully.
That's right. I know you're tired of the cold, the bitterness that we've been seeing across the area. Now, the wind chills today are really going to be the story, feeling more like the teens and 20s. We're up to 37 today. Now, we gradually begin to warm through the weekend. A mix of sun and clouds really throughout the weekend. We're up to 48 on Sunday, and then that mild air really begins to build in. Monday, Tuesday of next week, we're up to 61 degrees, 55. What else you don't notice on this extended forecast is any snow or ice. We are going to be seeing 57 Thursday and really staying pretty dry throughout that stretch. Our next chance of really any rain would be next Thursday.
Thank you so much, Chris, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News today. The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m. Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11. And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great morning.